What is going on, guys? It's Kick Vex here, and today we're diving into one of the most fascinating, emotional, and important stories in modern football. This isn't just about a teenager breaking through. It's about a generational talent who combines intelligence, composure, and maturity far beyond his age, commanding attention from every corner of the footballing world. This is the story of Jude Bellingham. The rise, the responsibility, and the brilliance that continues to captivate fans everywhere. Jude Victor William Bellingham was born on June 29, 2003 in Stourbridge, England, a town far from football's biggest stages but rich in grassroots talent. From a young age, Jude showed an extraordinary understanding of the game, balancing physicality with vision and composure. Even as a child, he wasn't just athletic, he was thoughtful. On local pitches, he directed teammates, anticipated movements, and played with a calm authority that seemed beyond his years. Coaches quickly realized this was a player who would not only follow instructions, but also think for himself on the pitch. Football was a natural language for Jude. He read the game, measured risk, and controlled rhythm in a way most players decades older could not. But it wasn't just skill, it was mindset. Jude's upbringing also instilled resilience. His family emphasized humility, discipline, and focus. That combination of mental strength and football IQ would later define his ability to thrive under pressure at every level of the game. Jude's professional journey began at Birmingham City, where he made his first team debut at just 16 years old, becoming the club's youngest ever senior player. In a team full of experienced professionals, he immediately stood out for his maturity, composure, and tactical intelligence. He didn't shy away from responsibility. He dictated tempo, broke up play, and connected attack and defense with a calmness that belied his years. Opponents struggled to read him, and his confidence grew with each match. Europe's top clubs quickly noticed. Borussia Dortmund, a club known for developing young talent, secured his transfer in 2020. At the time, many saw it as another teenage signing. But Jude would become far more than that. He would become a leader. At Birmingham, he also developed resilience under scrutiny. Every mistake was highlighted by fans and media. Yet Jude continued to play freely, never letting pressure interfere with performance. That ability to absorb attention and remain composed set the tone for his rapid rise on the international stage. When Jude joined Dortmund, the step up to elite European football was immediate. The Bundesliga is fast, physical, and tactically demanding, and Jude faced it head-on at just 17. Early on, there were questions. Could a teenager adapt so quickly to a league full of seasoned professionals? Could he handle the pace, physicality, and mental demands? Jude didn't just answer those questions. He exceeded expectations. He became a regular starter, driving the midfield, breaking up opposition attacks, and contributing to goals with his intelligent positioning and decision-making. Dortmund's system didn't just accommodate him, it amplified his influence. Off the pitch, he also matured rapidly. Living abroad as a teenager required independence, focus, and resilience. Jude learned to manage media attention, expectations, and personal life, while remaining laser-focused on performance. An unusual feat for someone so young. The 2021-22 season cemented Jude as one of Europe's brightest talents. He became the heartbeat of Dortmund's midfield, controlling games, breaking lines, and contributing both offensively and defensively. He scored, assisted, and dictated play in high-pressure matches, proving he wasn't just a promising talent, he was a decisive player at the highest level. Opponents had to respect his intelligence, physicality, and ability to influence games. Jude's performances also earned him recognition on the international stage. England called him up for crucial matches, and he delivered consistently, blending energy, vision, and tactical understanding. That season showed that his rise was not a fluke. Every game reinforced his adaptability, consistency, and ability to compete against elite opposition, traits that would attract the world's biggest clubs and cement his status as a generational talent. Jude's journey has not been without scrutiny. Being labeled a once-in-a-generation talent comes with expectations most players never face at 18 or 19. Every mistake is magnified. Every standout performance is dissected. But unlike many prodigies, Jude thrives under pressure. He uses criticism as fuel, constantly refining his positioning, passing range, and decision-making. He combines natural talent with an intellectual approach to the game. He also learned leadership early. On the pitch, he communicates, organizes teammates, and influences tempo. That growth and maturity allows him to carry pressure gracefully while continuing to develop his technical and tactical game. Jude's brilliance is evident in moments both subtle and spectacular. A perfectly timed tackle, a vision-driven pass splitting defenses, a late run into the box. He reads the game before it unfolds. Even in high-stakes games against Europe's elite, he rarely appears overwhelmed. His composure and intelligence allow him to control games, anticipate threats, and create opportunities. Beyond individual brilliance, Jude's presence elevates those around him. His movement opens spaces, his pressing inspires teammates, and his ability to combine technical skill with tactical awareness makes him one of the most complete midfielders of his generation. Jude's story isn't about early success alone, it's about long-term impact. At just 19, he has already dominated one of Europe's toughest leagues, performed at the international level, and drawn comparisons with some of the world's best midfielders. With careful management, continued development, and experience, Jude could define midfield play for the next decade. His combination of intelligence, energy, and composure is rare and durable. The future is wide open. Jude Bellingham could become a player who shapes club and country for years to come, redefining what it means to be a young, world-class midfielder. His best performances are not behind him. They are still to come. Jude Bellingham is more than a young star. He is a blueprint for modern midfield excellence. Intelligence, athleticism, composure, and maturity converge in a way that makes him captivating to watch. From Stourbridge to Dortmund and on the global stage, he has turned expectations into performance, pressure into opportunity, and talent into leadership. Jude's journey reminds us that greatness isn't only about individual skill. It's about mentality, adaptability, and growth. The world is watching, and it can't look away. Because some players shine briefly, Jude Bellingham isn't just shining. He's illuminating an entire generation of football.